All right. Hello and welcome to the Default Profitable Podcast, a show where we talk about what it takes to actually build a business that makes money. Whether you're a founder, a leader, or just a curious dreamer, this is an instruction manual to making profit a default setting, not a lucky outcome. I'm your host, Matt Nettleton. Today, my guest is Jesse Wechter. Jesse, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Matt? Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So we met 2 weeks ago. And it was a nice dinner and we started talking, but before we jump into the business side of this, why don't you introduce yourself to the people who are listening?
Yep. So hello, people. My name is Jesse Wechter. I'm an Indianapolis native, born and raised near Meridian Kessler. I went to Burbuff. I went to IHM. I started to travel, but for whatever reasons, I was brought back to Indianapolis, and now I'm in a entrepreneurship mindset. I own a marketing and advertising agency. I have done some fun little companies here and there, and just a creative guy that likes to help people.
So what's the name of your company?
So Wechter Media, technically Wechter Media LLC, for any tax people out there. Yep, Wechter Media.
All right. And what do you do?
So Wechter Media is a marketing and advertising agency. We like to think of it as a one-stop shop for people that are trying to start a business, people that have had their businesses for over 10 years, people that have businesses over 20 years. I've worked with people at different calibers, but what we try to do is we try to build out brands. We try to create different acquisitions or different channels for promotion of content. And we really just try to dig deep into how do we make this profitable? How do we make your brand known to the public? And it's not just throwing out certain, I guess you would say, services somebody's way, because some services are not meant for everybody. But we try to really just get acclimated with the client. We try to make sure that what they need is what they need. What they need to be told is what they need to be told. So we don't use like out there language that differs from what they're really looking for. It's just a very personable, very good hospitality driven marketing and advertising agency.
All right. So why did you start the business?
I started the business, to be full transparent, I started the business because it was really hard to get a job for a little bit. And I've been working for marketing and advertising agencies here in Indy. I was in healthcare. I was in device. So like pretty much anything that outfits a hospital, I was running email marketing channels for. And it just got to the point that I started it because I had all this knowledge. I wasn't getting hired. Not many people were getting hired because this was probably 7 years ago. And it started to get to a point that I was like, I just need to start building a logo and like trying to take on clients. So that's the main reason is I couldn't find a job, and I'm really good at what I'm doing. And I was just scared. I was just scared to start a company. I was like, I don't know anything about how to do this.
So it's funny that you say you were scared to start a company, but you kind of dove in.
Oh yeah.
And you have a common founder story of, I didn't have a job, but I like groceries.
I like taking girls on dates too. Do you know how the worst thing is going to a date and then being like, what do you do? And you're like, next. The next question. I got enough money for this date. I barely have enough money for this date. We're splitting.
By the way, don't order an appetizer.
Yeah, we're salad. These salad.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. So you started the business. You didn't have a job, but you had the skills. You know, the E-Myth refers to it as that entrepreneurial seizure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know how to do this. did you have a passion for the work, or is it just something that you had done?
Oh yeah, I had I actually, that's so funny. I just put out something on Instagram this morning about this exact situation. I was around 8 years old, and it was discovered to me that people will buy any product if it's presented to them the correct way. I was at a Greek festival. My dad wouldn't give me enough money to buy food. I stormed off, went to a gate, saw a leaf, thought I'd promote the leaf outside the gate. Somebody gave me $20 for the leaf, and I was asking for 5. That passion, that exact situation drew me to start working for Red Bull Media House to learn more about different obstacles that can come your way, learning about different ways to promote. I was so intrigued by the different possibilities that I started going to healthcare. I was in the YouTube channel realm for a little bit. And I'm trying to leave names out of this, but I really just, I had this passion that I would stay up for days trying to either focus on my brand. I was data mining Google for new clients, and I'm just trying to do everything I could. There's points that I'm just, this is before AI, obviously. I'm just going through Google on an Excel spreadsheet, being like, here's the business, here's the number, here's their email. And I would email probably 120, 200 people the next day. Very big passion.
All right.
And I loved it. Marketing, advertising. It's so cool. You get that ADHD creativity, you get that ADHD multitasking. And, if you're just crazy enough, it just might work.
So, there's 180 episodes in. I always ask people this, the standard wisdom is that in order to start a business, you have to have a detailed strategic plan. You have to have 6 months of savings, and you have to have a clear understanding of what people will pay you for. If you look at those 3 things, which of those 3 did you have?
It definitely wasn't the savings one, that's for sure. I had something that people wanted. I had and I think that was one of the 3. I had, and if you want to go those 3 again, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so the first one was a detailed strategic plan.
Mhm.
Sounds like did you have a detailed strategic plan put together?
I had a plan. It was not strategic and it was not detailed. It was pretty much, I had a list of people that I got from a prior job that I did not sign a official contract with, but I'm the one that found them the leads. And I had a first push. I had a first push of people that I would contact, and I did have services that I would be able to do.
All right. So you kind of had an idea what you were going to do.
Mhm.
Now, 6 months savings?
No. Oh, heavens no. Before that, I think I was flipping cars in West Hollywood, and then I would like buy a car in West Hollywood and then I'd sell it back in Indy. And then there was times that I was in Chicago and I was bartending and I moved back. And I was all of this, I'm still part of a marketing agency, or I'm still part of something to do with marketing. And I came back home from Chicago and I was, I think, living with my mom, and I had nothing. I owed money. I owed money. So that's where I was like, well, we need to get out of this hole. And we're not in college anymore. We can't get easy money. Like we're grown, we're adults. We have to figure out how to do this. And
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. And then the third thing was a really clear and accurate understanding of what your clients would pay for.
And there was times that I was screwed over twice. The second person, and I won't name drop, the first person ended up, I had to get another loan because of my back payments to them, and I almost took them to court. And then we finally had a settlement, arbitrary. And then The second person dumped my contract like right before Christmas. So I didn't have anything.
Perfect.
I didn't have anything aligned, which was my mistake. I didn't have a good process in place. I was just going there. I'm pretty sure my first jobs was in photography and some social media. So I pretty much was like, I'll go to wherever you send me and you pay me and then we're good. So and then it just got to the point that they were like, what if we don't pay him?
What if we send him and we get the work and we don't give him any money?
I'm like, first off, how do you even build a contract? So
Yeah.
it took probably 3 years within the business, like in starting 3 years for like me to start being like, okay, people aren't nice. People will try to use you. And it's the same way if I were to call a social media platform right now and I'd be like, what offers do you have? I would be like, what I'm trying to get the least amount. It's not that I don't like respect the person. It's just business. Like I have to, if this person doesn't have it right, we're gonna, sometimes people just take advantage of that.
So so 180 episodes. I've had like 3 people that had all of those things
Oh, wow.
out of 180. I think I've had maybe 10 people that had 2 of them.
Oh my gosh.
So pretty much everybody gets to the point where they're like, I'm gonna start a business, and they just do it.
Yep.
And then they scramble to backfill.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like that scramble for you was about 36 months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. At least, I mean, it's never stopping. It's never growing. And I think once people that are interested in like starting a company I think that's where you get wrong is you try to get stable too quick. You try to get stable really quick. You invest a lot. I remember hiring 3 salespeople. This was 4 years ago. I remember hiring 3 salespeople. I bought out a CRM. I was being pumped 1,250 leads a month, and I was spraying them out for my salespeople. We invested in software we didn't have. We had a little bit of a loan that I could play with. And the salespeople thought their salary was what they wanted to do, and they didn't really get sales. We got in the hole, and I wish I would have known, like, just keep doing what I'm doing now, which is if I need something, I'll get it. I'll get it if it makes sense. Working a lot smarter and realizing what you need compared to what you want is a huge thing.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look back to when you started, what are some of the things you actually wish you knew?
Oh man, taxes. I wish I knew. I wish there was a course in like starting in high school or college that was, and they probably have courses in college, but I wish it was a required course where people, even if it could just be like, hey, if you're going to start a company, this is what you need to know. I didn't know any of this stuff when I was little. I would have done it completely different. Taxes was a big thing. And also don't, this is so funny, Matt. We talked about this at our dinner. Don't spend money so quickly. If you get a loan or if you get some form of money from a client, really think about where that's going. Obviously, you got to think about rent, car payment, meals, everything that's needed. Once all of that is done, you got to think about where it is actually going. Do I need to put this into savings? Start looking into like investment companies. Like look into places like now that you can be like, okay, if I put $250 a month into this account and I do this for 2 years, I'm going to end up with a good chunk of change. And then that's going to actually have interest or going to be able to grow. That would have been really cool knowledge because there's been times that I was in a pickle and I was just stuck in it. There was no getting out. And I just kind of had to, you know, I just had to bite down. I just had to literally be like, all right, well, I mean, this is it. Like, I don't have any other option.
Yeah, so it's funny, the number one topic that people bring up when I say, "What do you wish you knew when you started?" is financial literacy.
Oh, yeah.
It is not running a business is not the same as running a home checkbook.
No. No, it's not. It's very difficult, and you can get in a bad situation. People don't realize that the IRS, they do not care how small you are. There is not they not like they're coming. Like they will 100, and I didn't think about that when I was younger. I was like, I'm just a small agency. I make, an okay, if not less amount of money. There's no way I'll just payment plans, payment plans. And then when you start doing really well in your company, that's where it starts getting you. Where like you look at how much you owe and you're like, there's no way. Yeah, there is a way. And that's how much you owe. And there is no getting away from it.
So the IRS, often referred to as theirs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They put their hand in your check first.
Oh, yes. Every time. That's all on my mind when it comes to the 15th or the 1st when we do payments. I am just like, this is because I have to contact my bookie. I have to contact my 2 CPAs. I have to just be like, hey, I don't want to touch this anymore. This is what if I if I'm not good at something now, I will not touch it. I will say how much to like if you do this and it can have me just not think about it for a day, golden. So I definitely outsource that portion, but I wouldn't tell my younger self to do that because that costs like $2,500 a month, and and my younger self, you can't even you can't do that. So, learn what you're good at, do it. If you find out things you're bad at, find friends or connect with people that are good with it because more times than not, you're probably just going to screw it up, and it's just going to be even worse.
Yeah. Well, and so that's a pretty consistent piece of advice also is don't save money on your accountant or attorney.
Right.
Like, those are the 2 people it sucks to pay,
Mhm.
and it's worth every penny.
Yep. I am so happy. We've been with the service for a while and the communication's been good. I don't get mail anymore about anything that has to do with the IRS or anything. I everything's taken care of. I pay a monthly fee. It takes care of everything. And I am like I sleep very nicely.
Yeah.
So no
Yeah.
worries.
So, when you have friends that come to you, and I know you do, and say, "Hey, listen, I wanna get off the corporate flywheel. I no longer wanna be part of a cog in a machine. I wanna start my own gig." What advice do you give them?
I normally say starting a company is like building out a body in the sense you need to build out your frame and your skeletons before we can get to the glamour muscles. So I would say you need to build out your brand name. You need to buy out your domain, and I can do all this for them, but we need to figure out why you're doing it because there's going to be points that you're going to have competitors. You got to think about that. You got to think about this is a long term thing. This isn't just when people are influenced by social media, they think, "Oh, I'm going to get in and get out, or I'm going to make so much cash doing this." It's like that's not the real world. That's a different world where they have connections and they already have people, and they might start something, and then they get cash. That's a different world. This is like real world, and we're going to have to do like some actual advertising and contacting people. Um, and my advice and what I say to them is, let's do it. But let's do it together because I've done this. I want to know what's in your head. I really want to know what's in your head. I want to see what logo you have created. I want to see what you're thinking your monthly expenses are going to be. And I want to help you through it. I will never turn anybody down. There is a girl in Denver that sends me $60 in an envelope in cash to run her website and help her whenever she needs help. And it's just understanding your audience. I know I'm not going to be getting a ton of money from her, but if she sends a little bit of something and I can help, that's cool. That's my audience. That's my friend. I still have a friend that's in corporate America that wants to start a company, and it's a totally different conversation. It has to do with a lot more entity driven components and sales stability, eliminating any time gaps that could happen throughout the day, looking at internal structures, and ultimately what the goal or the 5-year goal of what their company is. If they want to sell, keep stable. If you're trying to increase your ROI, we could open up different channels. We could up our ad budget. We could redo some of our campaigns to be seasonal and service focused rather than brand awareness and high conversions. We can do a lot of different areas. So to answer your question, it depends what kind of friend you are to me. And it depends how far you want to run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we kind of wrap up, I do want to ask about your competitive eating channel.
Oh, yeah. So, oh my gosh, COVID. You guys remember COVID? Okay. I went, if you have not realized this yet, I have pretty good ADHD. Now, I never said not bad ADHD. I have really good ADHD. And I get very stir crazy. So during COVID, I have always been able to eat a lot of food. I started this company called Your Wingman, finding you the best chicks in town. And I had the full setup. I had lights. I made a bar where I would eat my food. And Your Wingman was just I thought I was going to get famous from it too. I swear. I'm still confused how I'm not famous from this. Which is not, I put in so many hours. I have channels out there, but yeah, You're a Wingman. I'll tell you one story about it, but it's basically me eating food, drinking beer, and cussing, which is very
I can't
fun.
believe that didn't succeed financially.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing. I got my meal half off, which there's the big win. They gave me t-shirts. I'm so confused. I'm not just like rich. But there was only one time, and this is what kind of did it for me, and I stopped it. I did a Joella's challenge, and I had to sign a waiver. And I did 2 orders of what I signed the waiver for. I got to I did a full one, and then I did a half, and it's like the hole in the wall sauce. And this is like the hottest Scoville units. And I got like halfway through, got sick, blinded my eyes, couldn't see. My body was like going into shock. As I'm going into shock, I fell into the shower. I fell back into the shower, and I am looking at my life, and I am laying there just like, I don't know about this one. Like, this one, we might have to just scratch this one because it's not earning any money. I am in pain. Like, I can't function for like 2 days after I do this. But no, I wouldn't want it any other way. It was a really fun experience. I made a lot of people laugh. We did Facebook Lives, and the comments were hilarious. So wouldn't take it back. It's all out there for the public. It is so funny. Do not judge me. That's when I was like 24, 25. I might have been 28. But no, it was fun. I liked it.
All right. So here's kind of the final question. If 2026 Jesse could go back and sit down next to 2019 Jesse and say, hey, listen, tomorrow you're open up your company, right? You're going to actually turn this into a business. By the way, everything works out great, but there's going to be a million different things you can do when your company starts. Here's the thing you need to do first. What's that thing that you need to do first as a business owner?
Focus. You don't need, when you start a business, you have to really, knowing this now and what I know, and having lost friends, it's a whole roller coaster starting a business. You got to think about everything as if this is your shot, not this is something I'm adding or this will be fun. You got to think of it. My mentality, I wish should have shifted. I didn't have to go out on the weekends and party because then you spend more money. I didn't have to be in these friendships that I was trying to prove something to. Once you start to really talk and you know you're lying to a group of friends and you're just lying about success or that's when it becomes a problem. Because you're lying to yourself too. And I know for a fact I did that with my company. For a fact, I tried to look cool. I was flexing when I didn't have money, and it was not a good feeling. So what I would tell my 2019 self is be honest, trust in yourself, but also give yourself more grace. And it's okay not to be at the finish line right off the bat. It's an awesome journey, and just, focus, and you don't need to do this for other people. You need to do it for yourself, because if you don't do it for yourself and you're trying just to impress people, man, it's a very long road. And I think more times out of not, it does not succeed, and you dig yourself even a deeper hole.
That's actually really surprisingly good advice.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what.
Anything else that you would say to somebody who's a new business owner, potential business owner?
Don't get a big loan and spend it all really quickly, because it bites you in the butt, and I'm still paying for it. So just be smart. Have fun. You are starting a business. Like, it is a really cool thing. Just be smart about it, and you can have your fun. If you sign on a client, go have a good dinner. You get paid. Go have a good dinner. If you don't get a client, don't do that. Just celebrate some stuff, because it is a celebration. This is life. But just don't be dumb about it. That's all.
All right. Good advice.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. So if people want to learn more about you, we're going to have information in show notes from the stuff that you sent us, books, kind of links, things that they can learn about you, where they can contact you.
Cool.
If you're listening to this show, 3 things really help. Leave a review, hit subscribe, share an episode. For everybody else, we'll be back next week. Until then, stay focused, keep working, stay profitable.